Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando. That's Corey. And today we're doing 1997's Double Team. Before we get started, if you want to follow me or Corey on Twitter, you could follow me at Junior D's. You could follow Corey at Corey_idol. As always, if you want to follow the show, you could follow on Twitter and Instagram at Kiss the Reviews. So let's get into this giant heaping pile of crap, and we'll start with the cast of 1997's Double Team. Jean-Claude Van Damme as Jack Quinn, Dennis Rodman as Yaz Queen, Mickey Rourke as Stavros, and Natacha Lindinger as Kathryn Quinn. We have movies that I haven't seen in a while, that I have seen a ton. We'll say this is not in my rotation. At all. I probably haven't seen this movie since, I don't know, 1998, 99, because Lord knows I didn't see this shit in theaters. And the amount, okay, listen, I get it. Dennis Rodman is a basketball player. Cool. The amount of like basketball references in this movie was, we get it. The people that came to see it because of Dennis Rodman already know who he is. And the people that don't know who he is don't understand all the basketball references.
Well, no character in the movie should understand the basketball references because in the movie, which is fiction, where you're playing a fake fucking person, he's making basketball references with no inference whatsoever that he's ever played basketball.
I don't play with the bad boys anymore. But defense wins the game.
It's time to get out the bench. The best defense is a strong offense.
Dennis Rodman, the actor, played the basketball.
Yes.
Not Yaz Queen, the fucking gun smuggler guy.
I'm the man.
I've read Dennis Rodman's book. So I know for a fact, unless that was just totally ghostwritten and they just made up everything in it, that he can speak about other things other than basketball.
Yes.
Like, he's not like, oh, I was about to fuck Madonna. It was a layup. No, it was a whole chapter about how he fucked Madonna.
Yeah, but it's Hollywood, and they're like, oh, the people that watch these movies are stupid. And they'll go, he plays basketball in real life, and he made a basketball joke in the thing.
You were right.
And if you are one of the people in 1997 that saw this preview and actually did go to the movie theater to see this, Hollywood's right about you.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I was 18 and I knew this looked like dog shit when it came out.
Dude, if you didn't think this looked like dog shit, you deserve everything that you had coming to you.
Yes.
Just no doubt about that. But the basketball puns were the least of my concerns in this shithouse film.
Yes.
I say we just jump into this because I may or may not have a lot to say. I could just sigh after every description of these scenes, but who knows? We'll see how it plays out.
I'm gonna probably tune out through 90% of this.
Oh,
because
you're Howard the Duck in this one.
I'm full Howard. I wish this were fucking Howard the Duck. So I'm probably gonna take a little bit different stance and just say, like, we on this show, Armando and I spoke about this before we started. We don't bag on actors very often. We don't bag on directing. We don't bag on the editing, the lighting. We don't get into a lot of this stuff. We mainly focus on the writing. However, everyone, including the key grip, I want that fucking smoke. Fuck all of you who made this movie. All of you. I'm coming at all of you today.
This movie opens with JCVD in some random warehouse getting a truck full of plutonium out of the hands of Stavros as he's shot at, and he gets away by jumping over a train. And I guess by leaning back in the truck he's in, because he's on a flat road and he literally jumps through this passing train. Hey, Hollywood, you could just have a fucking cool like chase scene. They don't have to jump through things. And if you're going to have them jump through things, how about they're going like up a hill and over a cliff? Don't just put a random fucking ramp on a goddamn dirt road so he could just jump through this stupid fucking train. Stop it.
Hell yes.
I'm gonna drop a little physics and geometry on you real quick. That truck is not jumping that train. It's not happening.
We then cut to 3 years later. We're in the south of France because JCVD, and JCVD and his pregnant wife are having sexy times in the pool when a CIA rep visits him and tells him that he can't be retired because Stavros is back doing Stavros things. And he has to come back because Jack is the only one who knows Stavros the best. And you can have, dude, again, plot-wise, this is the weakest reasoning for him coming back. Like, he's already like, my wife's this sculptor and she's got work going on and I'm retired and I'm too old for this shit or whatever the hell. And he's like, well, you have to come back because that bad guy's doing bad guy things again. And you know the bad guy things because you chased the bad guy. If I'm JCVD, I'm like, cool fucking story, bro. Fuck off my property.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This is why we keep files at our jobs. So when we quit, our replacements can just pick up where we left off.
Yes.
This is so stupid. So stupid. Stavros is back. Cool.
Awesome.
Good luck. Do you want a briefing? Because I can give you a briefing. I'm fucking done.
And by the way, this is Stavros, Mickey Rourke as Stavros. This is like Mickey Rourke's first jump into I'm an alien. Like, he had already had some work done. He had been to the gym and maybe, I don't know, taken some schmeroids before heading to said gym. But he's a little jacked and his face looks a little fucking tweaked at this point already.
Yeah, he definitely lost a couple boxing matches already. Although I will say his boxing in this movie was not good.
It was not great.
It was not good. Nothing in this movie was good.
No. Jack goes to look for Yaz Queen, an arms dealer at some weird aquatic S&M bar. And there's this cheesy back and forth between them, some basketball puns, and then they get to the business of buying weapons for his mission.
Damn, this whole scene was an airball.
Oops, airball.
He's working for the CIA or some government agency, right?
Yes.
They're saying, hey, we have to go get Stavros. They have this like meeting where they're planning and they got this thing where he's going to be at an amusement park this week, yada, yada. But he has to go to Yaz Queen to get guns because the CIA doesn't have, like, they needed to, it's almost like the script was written and then they were like, hey, we're throwing Dennis Rodman in this. See if you could figure out how to fucking put him in. And they were like, well, he's an arms dealer. Well, don't the CIA have guns? Yeah, but he's got to get the special gun.
You need a Stavros killing gun, and everybody knows Yaz Queen has that.
Well, no, CIA has regular guns that shoot bullets.
Yeah, not a Stavros killing gun.
Yeah, Yaz Queen has the horse tranquilizer gun that apparently they're using. Yeah. Cool, whatever. The CIA tracks Stavros to this amusement park. They get there and they're planning to capture Stavros alive with these tranquilizer darts. Quinn hesitates to shoot Stavros when he sees that he's with his 6-year-old son. And then all hell breaks loose because Stavros spots Jack and his team and a shootout begins. And a couple of things here. First,
Don't do that, it's not good for you.
Hi, fucking CIA operatives that are not killing the bad guy. You're just capturing him and tranquilizing him. You're shooting a dart, not a bullet. You have basically this much of the guy in your sight. His kid's there. Oh, his dad just went sleepy time. You're not killing him. You're just capturing him. Shoot the motherfucker. Don't be like, I can't. And now he sees you and all hell breaks loose. Second, this is the worst. I love action movies for these scenes. The shootout scene, Stavros throws the grenade, it blows everything up. You know, JCVD goes flying and he catches himself on a fence or whatever the fuck. This is the worst shootout scene I have ever seen. It was poorly shot. I don't know that it was scripted. I think they just said, do what you want. Like, run around and we'll, like, film it guerrilla style. Like, this was terrible.
Yeah, no, it was fucking trash. Two things stuck out to me here in the absurdity. Actually, three things. One, when they're introducing everybody to the team and like, oh, this is Delta Force. Now forget you saw them. Why'd you introduce me to them? I don't need to see them until we get in the fucking truck and they got their masks on. This is fucking Ted Summers. That's Jane Winterfell. That's fucking Johnny Jambalaya. Fucking forget you know him now. Second, they're worried about her being able to shoot a rifle from 200 yards away. He takes out his fucking pistol and one-shots her right in the fucking eye from 200 yards away. Through the center of her eyeball, fucking eyesight, through her fucking eyeball. There's never a mention of him, much like Rodman playing basketball. There's never a mention of Stavros being this unbelievable shot.
Yeah.
Like world-class shoot. No, he's just a fucking guy. He's a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
Big fucking deal. But he fucking hip draws and fucking get out of here. Come on. You didn't have to do... Not to mention, he's got snipers everywhere else and other gunmen. They could have found another way to do that without that fucking bullshit happening. And then third, like you said, not shooting him at all. Shoot him. Fucking, who cares?
Here's
You're going to traumatize the kid?
He's probably traumatized already because his dad's a fucking terrorist.
And the kid dies anyway. So plan B wasn't awesome.
No, plan B sucked ass. And also, like, I hate these tropes. Like, I'm a CIA operative. I'm a military blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I gotta shoot the guy. No women, no kids. First of all, fuck you. Because the CIA operative, this FBI guy, this blah, blah, blah. Bang, bang, bang. I'll shoot the kid. I'll shoot the guy. I'll shoot the mom. I'm shooting everybody that has an affiliation with this asshole. That's what's happening.
Yes.
There is no like, oh, my moral compass. Fuck your moral compass and shoot this asshole with the elephant dart you got in the fucking gun.
Hell yes.
And then the ridiculousness is capped off as Stavros gets chased by JCVD into a hospital that's next door, and they're in a fucking maternity ward fighting and rolling the babies back and forth because morals and things, and I don't want babies to die. And the scene is capped off where Quinn gets knocked unconscious by an explosion from the grenade while saving a baby. One thing that I did notice, this fight was terrible, first. Second, the situation that they're in is fucking ridiculous. And third, you know what's more ridiculous than this fight? The fucking highest of high tops that Mickey Rourke is wearing in this fucking scene. These high tops go up to his fucking calves.
Oh, there is some of the most ridiculous product placement throughout this movie that I've ever fucking seen in my life. And it pretty much starts with those high tops.
Yes.
Corey's life lessons.
Hi, action guys. In real life, don't just carry explosives in your pockets like apparently everyone in this movie fucking does.
Yep.
You're going to explode. the amount of grenade, like we've all seen the action movies where it's just infinite reloads, right? You're playing Call of Duty, you're never fucking out of ammo. It's always good, even if you have to reload. Yes. Somehow your clip is always magically full of bullets.
Yep.
Fine. That's almost become a cliche or a trope that we've all accepted. The amount of explosives people pull, I think literally out of their asses in this movie, is absurd. They're just like, everybody's move is like, pow, pow. Oh no, grenade. And then I know we've covered this before. Unless you are throwing a grenade into a pool of gasoline that is already on fire,
yes,
you're not getting that explosion from a fucking grenade. Ever. Ever. You're getting shrapnel all up and down your body, but you're not getting exploded.
I'll write it off for a movie. I'm down for explosions. I don't care if it comes from a match. I don't care if it comes from a grenade. Cool. Again, that's the least of my worries. At the top of my list now, as we transition in this fucking film, is when Quinn wakes up, he is in a room at the colony where he's told that he's been declared killed in action because he went soft and let Quinn escape. And he can now either cooperate or take nerve gas and be killed. So he gives his thumbprint, cooperates, but he's very upset by this whole situation. Then he meets a bunch of other agents who are also residents of this colony. And they explain the colony to him as, we're agents and dangerous people, terrorists, who are too valuable to kill, but too dangerous to set free. And Goldsmith gives him a watch here where he can be tracked, and they all have these watches, right? What the fuck is going on here? Again, going back to the writing of this film. You can have the revenge plot without having this fakakta fucking colony story where you went soft, but your skills are still valuable. Well, no, they're not. If you went soft, you're fucking not valuable to us at all. Here's a bullet in your head.
You were right.
What they could have done was done like, I don't know, The Bourne Ultimatum or The Bourne Identity before The Bourne Identity was a movie, and just, you know, he was in the explosion. He was declared dead because a lot of bad things happened. And like, I don't know, the hospital collapsed because, you know, grenades can do that now. So why not?
Yeah.
And he has amnesia and he's wandering around, and his wife is under the assumption he's dead. She's trying to move on, and Stavros finds him and figures out that he is alive because people declared Stavros. You could have a million things that can go on here that actually make some sort of sense in any kind of world. This whole colony, and they're too valuable. Do you have information you can give to me? Do you want to give it to me? No?
You're right again.
In this scenario, you don't even have to go to amnesia and things. How many movies, how many action movies have we seen where the good guy has the bad guy get away because of a mistake he made or somebody else made, and then he gets back to headquarters and they go, don't fucking do that again. Look at all this damage you caused. I'm the angry captain guy. And he goes, it won't happen again. And then the rest of the movie is him catching up to said bad guy and killing him. You could just do that. But no, they were like, fuck tropes. Let's just make this awful. And now we have a colony. Fucking dope. Great job.
A colony that, by the way, doesn't seem to prevent any kind of terrorism from actually happening. They just go, oh, look at this bomb. Yeah. Looks like it could be Armenia. Why? Because it happened in this country. I can do that because I read a fucking newspaper.
You're right. It's fact.
Government-trained killers from across the world are put onto this island, and you're spending billions of dollars on laser technology to trap them there?
I was gonna say, and there's no escape because of lasers and things. But then from here, it cuts to JCVD starting to work on his plan of escape anyway, even though lasers. We then get scenes of JCVD doing splits in the doorway because JCVD, and gaining his strength back for said escape. And then while analyzing information from this terrorist bombing, Quinn picks up a message at the scene from Stavros telling him that he kidnapped his wife, Kathryn. So he tells the colony that it isn't Stavros, it's a copycat to cover his tracks because they'll think that he wants to escape. I don't know, whatever. We then get, after this, another montage of JCVD preparing by lifting a bucket of rocks with his crotch and then fucking his bathtub and then holding his breath underwater and then peeling off the skin of his fingertip to fool the fingerprint scanner thing. And then he escapes the lasers surrounding the island by attaching himself to the cargo being picked up by an airplane. And then after throwing all the dudes on the cargo plane off, he hijacks the plane and flies to go see Yaz Queen.
Sure. Makes perfect sense to me. I'm totally following everything that's happening right now.
If you made it past the colony scenes, you're just bought in. You have to buy into the rest of the bullshit in this film. Because all of this, and he's timing everything with his cigarette in his mouth and putting a cigarette here and just burning it. And which, by the way, in 2022, that doesn't work anymore because they're all flame retardant. So if you leave a cigarette, it puts itself out. So yeah, do that. He'd be fucked in 2022.
In 1997, they also had stopwatches.
Quinn then goes to Yaz to get his help by promising access to CIA bank accounts. And then they jump out of a plane and their parachute is a basketball because Rodman.
It should have been a giant pierced cock because Rodman.
Tits.
Well, I want to know what the fuck that was. They're like, hey, you know what? When they pulled the chute, it's a basketball and it encapsulates both of them. And then they just hit the ground and nothing. I'm like, fucking cool. I guess that's a thing. And then they go to Jack's house here, where Jack's ambushed by Stavros's men, and there's a firefight and grenades exploding. And after JCVD fights off Stavros's crew, he gets this message on a tape from Stavros telling him that he has to go to Rome to save his baby.
Corey's life lessons.
Hi, I guess henchman, Uncle Corey here. We're running into the same problem we had that set off this whole chain of events, which is you're not really trying to kill him. Because if you were all in position while he thinks he's being a ninja and sneaking around this fucking house. You have, he's literally in the bushes, probably standing right next to a guy with a gun. And they're like, oh, Stavros said I can't kill him yet because he made him a mixtape. The fuck out of here, dude.
Well, and if that's the plan, just have him go home and have a letter or have a tape player that says play me and then you don't need all this fucking bullshit. It's just collateral damage that you don't fucking need.
And the amount of fucking baby dolls and babies almost getting blown up in this movie. What happened to one of your babies, writers? That you had to write this shit in there. Did it get blown up? Did you blow up your baby?
Well, after the fucking cocaine binge of 96.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Don't blame cocaine for this. This was crack. This was smoking crack, angel dust, sherm. They were on something that was, because we've seen movies that have had a high cocaine influence. Yes. And brother, it didn't turn out like this.
We then see Goldsmith. He's activated as Jack's guardian and he was responsible for tracking him down. So we see him periodically through the rest of this movie. And when Jack and Yaz arrive in Rome, Jack admits to Yaz that the bank accounts that he gave him for the CIA are empty. He has nothing to offer, but he shows him a sonogram of his son and promises to repay him. And Yaz agrees to help Quinn for free because unborn babies and things. And Quinn then emails Stavros to meet him in the town square.
Don't do that, it's not good for you.
Hi, colony residents, CIA operatives that have been cut off by the CIA, and now they're trying to kill you. If you go to your connection that's an arms dealer, and you're like, hey, I got a promise. I got these bank accounts, and you can get all this money, millions of dollars. Just give me some guns and help me through this thing. And then your plan is to then tell him after you get all his help and guns that, sorry, bro, I don't have any money. Those bank accounts are empty, but here's a sonogram of my son. Will you help me? That guy will kill you on the spot, and this movie is over. I'll tell you another secret, kids. Arms dealers don't have like morals and things. They're not gonna help you because you had a baby.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
If I may go at it from a different side.
Sure.
Hey, writers. No words and what you're saying in your dialogue, because he literally tells him those bank accounts are empty. And Dennis Rodman later says, like, and I mean later, like 10 seconds, man, keep your money. I'll help you. Keep what money? You just said there is none.
Quinn, keep your money.
Know what the fuck you're writing. Know what the words you're having your character say mean, so the conversation makes sense to those of us that have to pay attention because we were fucking paid to do so, which is the only reason I sat down to watch your piece of shit fucking movie to begin with.
I'm always angry.
So we now cut to the town square, and at the meeting point, Quinn sees Kathryn in a car. As he runs towards her, he's met by Stavros, and a shootout begins again between Stavros' crew, the CIA, and whatever.
Everybody was there. It was a cornucopia of spy agencies. All there for what reason? We don't know, but they're all there, ready to go.
And you know what? For being like this terrorist and this bad guy, and we need the colony to help us out with Stavros' plan of blah, blah, blah. These motherfuckers know where Stavros is at all fucking times.
You were right.
But nobody knows him like Quinn does, even though we know his schedule and what he looks like.
Cool, I guess. But whatever.
It'd be nice if we as the audience knew what his fucking motivation was. Like, we know why you want to kill Jack, but why are you a terrorist? Yeah. What the fuck is the point of you? You're just a guy named Stavros, and they're like, fuck the Greeks. It's our time now.
No, that's what it was. They were like, dude, Stavros is a good bad guy name. What does he do? He's a terrorist. But like, how? He's a fucking terrorist, and we'll say that in the beginning of the movie, and people will be like, oh, he's a terrorist and does terrorist things. Yeah, we don't ever have to explain it.
He wears tight black jeans and giant silver belt buckles that were never in style.
After this shootout, Quinn then tracks Stavros' sniper to the hotel room where Kathryn was being held. He beats the holy hell out of him here. He then gets into the room, and there's another goon who randomly kicks off his slippers and has a toe knife, and then Quinn makes quick work of him, and he finds a prescription bottle label that lets him know where Kathryn should be. Dude, this whole fucking scene, you want to talk about fakakta? This whole fucking scene, and you want to know what really upset me? I rewound it twice. Twice I watched this fucking shit-ass scene. Okay, first of all, the slippers come off, kicks him out, cool, I guess. And then they close up on his fucking foot, and you get the toe knife, right? This toe knife basically looks like this tiny little handle and this giant blade that comes off, and he's hi-ya, and he's trying to cut him up. But then JCVD like moves and he gets the toe knife caught in the door and then comes away. The handle on the fucking knife is this goddamn big. The blade on the knife is this. It's a sword. It's a full fucking switchblade that on his foot looked like a tiny little like paring knife coming off his foot. At least be fucking... Listen, if you're going to write this ridiculous bullshit, at least be consistent.
Are you cutting your toenails with a steak knife?
I suppose you have a problem with that, too. Oh, botched toe. I botched that one. Oh, that's a botched job.
You got babies getting flung around in this fucking goddamn movie like nothing. And now a knife that just comes out. I want to know who the fuck wrote this.
That would be me, sir.
A real badass, right? Like, I'm a fucking fighter. I'm a killer. I'm a hired assassin.
Yes.
You know why they wouldn't use their fucking foot to hold their knife? Because they're not a chimpanzee. They have this thing. See this? It's called a thumb, you dumb fucks. That's why you hold on to things like forks and knives and spoons, and we're not fucking monkeys. What the fuck is this shit happening here?
This is
How
fucking
did
terrible.
How did the star of the show, who has been in multiple action movies, has made his career off of choreographed fights, not look at that and go, you know, this is a bad idea.
It doesn't play. How do you watch the playback and go, this is fucking ridiculous? After this, with some help from some monks who Yaz Queen has hooked up with computers and internet access, Quinn gets all the info on the hospital that Kathryn is located in. Quinn gets to the hospital. He finds that Kathryn has already had her baby and... Well,
you're going way too fast, dude. You're forgetting about the fucking comedic genius here of monks using email. You fucking assholes.
He finds out that Kathryn's had the baby. She's still at the hospital, but Stavros stole his son. Quinn then finds Stavros and the baby at this amphitheater where Stavros brings in a tiger and he's placed landmines around the baby with crosses to show where the landmines are. And then Yaz Queen comes in on a dirt bike and grabs the bassinet. And then Yaz Queen hides the baby in a hole in the wall while JCVD fights a fucking tiger? What the fuck is going on? I'm so confused.
I literally watched Jean-Claude Van Damme karate kick a tiger today. That's what happened today in my life. What about you guys?
This is such a crock of shit.
He says, if you win, you get your son. If I win, I'm going to raise your son on as my own. Right?
I don't know. Did he say that? I wasn't paying attention here.
He did say that. So your plan actually isn't revenge where you're going to kill his son because he killed your son. If it were, then you bring in a tiger and landmines and all kinds of crazy shit that, you know, is more than likely gonna kill the fucking baby. But if your point is just to raise the baby, and I got shirtless fucking Mickey Rourke rocking them fucking black jeans, and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I'm in the Roman Colosseum, I don't need a tiger, and I don't need fucking landmines. Because those things will kill the baby before anything else.
You're right again.
You could have had like your goons with guns just off to the side with the baby, and then like, we're in the Coliseum, let's fucking fight, bitches. And then have your final fight scene and it be fucking over with.
That's it. What more drama do you need than 2,000 years of fucking history in the Roman Colosseum? When that first started, I was like, oh, dope, okay. Like the final showdown in the Roman Colosseum? Cool. Nope. Because I took the time to set up landmines and bring in a tiger. Where the fuck did you get a tiger? I don't know if you know this, shit asses, But tigers aren't native to fucking Italy.
They're not?
They're not just roaming around in the Italian jungles, you fucking momos.
Well,
What
here's
the fuck are
here's
we
the thing.
actually
And if they were in the Colosseum, that would have made fucking total sense. But they're not. It's literally the smaller version because I'm assuming they didn't have the budget for the Colosseum.
No, Italy read the script and like, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, there was an Italian guy in the back, like, looking through the script and the contract, and he was like, I don't like this plan at all. This movie, it's a bullshit. You need to get it the fuck out of my office. So after this, they have their little fight. Yas Queen moves the fucking little crosses, and then Stavros steps on a mine. He's then charged by the tiger and takes his foot off the mine, and boomala, Yas Queen, the baby, JCVD, and Goldsmith shows up at the end for no fucking reason. They all get out, and Goldsmith asks Quinn for his hair and shirt as proof that he tracked him down. And then Rodman drops a smoke bomb, allowing Quinn to quote-unquote escape. And then we get another basketball reference, and then credits.
Well, you can bet your ass they'll blame me for this one. I wonder what the fine would be.
JCVD is the star of this movie, is he not?
Mm-hmm.
And your last scene going into credits is Rodman like, damn, am I gonna get a basketball fine for this? Is the fucking NBA gonna fucking charge my salary? That's your final fucking scene?
Well, I love how he says, too, I'm going to get blamed for this shit. Yeah, because you're the only one left standing at the scene of the fucking crime.
Everybody else left, including Goldsmith.
Dip, bro. That's all you got to do.
Quit being stupid and run.
God damn. I mean, fuck. It's
Dude.
So dumb. And the whole, like, this is the problem, okay? Give me a lock of your hair. Give me your shirt. He's basically has said, it is my job on the colony if you run away for me to kill you. I'm your handler or your whatever. Cool. So now he says, I'm going to let you go. All I need is a lock of your hair and your shirt as proof that I actually killed you. And then you're free and clear.
Yeah.
Your wife, your baby, you all get to disappear. And Rodman's like, better idea. Batman.
Quite a magician, Mr. Yaz.
And you say JCVD, and you're just standing there with the guy with the gun, and you're like, abracadabra, bitches. And you share a laugh, and it's over? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, seriously.
This is such a crock of shit.
I texted you that this is literally the worst movie I have ever seen, and that was no joke.
No,
there might be other movies. There might be other movies that are tied with it, but nothing will surpass the giant pile of shit that this movie was.
Hell yes.
Whatever.
I'm over it. I'm over it. We appreciate the donation to do this film, but God, this was hard. This one was rough. This one was hard to do and sit through. I took 3 breaks in, what was it, an hour and a half? So, yeah, that's how good this movie was. With that being said,
you're very, very lucky as a requester that I have no self-respect and a massive drug problem. Because I would never have taken money to do this otherwise.
On that note, we'll end there. So for Corey, bye Corey. I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews, and this was 1997's Double Team.